During her time as a working royal, Meghan Markle was accused of bullying palace staff in March 2021. Those who were bullied had to quit their jobs, while others were moved to other departments and others had to seek counselling. Several employees received massive payouts from the palace. As we now know, Buckingham Palace promptly announced its intentions to investigate those claims, much to the annoyance of the public and the press, not to mention those who were bullied. The palace announced it would not release the findings. A press release was quickly sent out by Omid Scobie. Meghan is a fair boss and never bullied anyone who worked for her at the palace in the first place. She's happy that her name has been cleared from the defamatory claims. Scobie and the actress knew, along that the palace would not comment on her claim that her name had been cleared. Of course she hadn't been cleared. A new book, Courtiers, The Hidden Power Behind the Crown, is due to be released on October the 6th. It is bound to make unpleasant reading again for Meghan Markle. More allegations in the book swirled around the Sussexes' treatment of the late Queen's former assistant private secretary, Samantha Cohen, who joined Meghan and Harry as their interim private secretary after marriage. Per the book, the assistant was bullied by the new couple, as nothing she did was good enough for their expectations. Sam Cohen always made clear that it was like working for a couple of teenagers, a source noted. They were impossible and pushed her to the limit. She was miserable. The Sussexes' lawyers have denied such allegations and labelled them as massively inaccurate, noting that the two had always been grateful to Cohen for their support. Extracts from this soon-to-be-released book quote Samantha Cohen as saying, "It was like working for a couple of teenagers. They were impossible to work with. They pushed me to the limit all the time." Cohen wasn't the only secretary to have been allegedly bullied by Meghan. Another supposed victim was her personal assistant, Melissa Tubati. The reason being disagreements over gifts, clothing, jewellery and candles that were sent to her by some companies. Per the book, Tubati was only following a rule in the royal family, which states that they cannot accept gifts from commercial organisations. This code did not go too well with Meghan. Tubati could not continue her job for more than 6 months and decided to leave. Lowe also detailed Meghan's history of allegedly being infamously rude to her royal staff members, publicly berating them to the point of making at least one of her female staffers burst into tears. After Meghan had pulled to shreds a plan she'd drawn up, the woman told Meghan how hard it would be to implement a new one passage read. "Don't worry," Meghan told her. "If there was literally anyone else I could ask to do this, I would be asking them instead of you." The author further explained that a senior aide once made an attempt to confront the actress about her treatment of staffers, to which Meghan allegedly snidely replied, "It's not my job to coddle people." Even royal aides reported that Meghan Markle's belittling behaviour forced 2 female personal assistants out of their jobs, and she undermined the confidence of a third. The royal aides added, staff were left in tears and feeling traumatised. Some likened their condition to having post-traumatic stress. How did Omid Scobie respond? It was a calculated smear campaign by the palace against the Duchess. Again, he and Markle knew the palace wouldn't come back with a response. So why did the Queen insist that the findings of the bullying report would never be made public? Simply because if it was proved that Markle bullied people while she was a member of the royal family, which appears to be the case, those bullied would be in a position to take Markle to court. The Queen would never allow this. Not only would it damage the actress, but by association, the royal family would take a massive hit.